Everyone, it's Katura. Today I wanted to do a guide on the Dark Servant with the Bellatrix boss. I'm running Snape with Time Turners as my main damage. This was suggested on Discord and it really is the best, especially if you're running solo. You don't want to do summons when you're running solo, and this is why, because she's going to summon every Death Eater that ever existed and you're just going to have fun being surrounded by Death Eaters, so don't do that. But for running solo, I definitely suggest using Time Turner with Snape and Kevin, because the Time Turners are really going to help you take those Death Eaters out fast, as you'll see in this fight. I don't get surrounded like I did with my summons deck. And just like with a lot of the other bosses, you're starting out with some low level enemies that you have to defeat before she appears, and just go around with your Time Turner doing damage, and it's really not that hard. So now Bella has appeared and she's like humongous. I don't know why I miniaturized right there, but she's absolutely massive. So she does different attacks that really don't do too much damage. I think her main thing is that as she attacks you, she's going to be summoning in Death Eaters. And if you don't take the Death Eaters out, you can get really overwhelmed fast. That's why it's important to have the Snape deck, because then you get Sectum Sempra, and then you have your Time Turners that are also helping for Death Eaters that load in on other sides. And here I'm really just trying to get in as many Time Turners as possible, and I move around a bunch because as she loads in the Death Eaters, it's good to move around so you can attack them instead of her. And as you can see, I'll use Crucio when it comes, but then later I kind of also decided to skip Crucio for a little bit to try to get as many Time Turners as possible. So I would like do Swelling and a Pugno instead, so I could get back to doing another Time Turner, because the Time Turners are really where a bunch of your damage is at. So after she's done with her middle attack, she kind of just goes around the map a few times before returning to the middle. I mean, you can try to walk to her if she's close enough, but sometimes it's not worth it to walk to her because you're going to just be walking right back across the map again. And it's just a waste of your time and you're not going to be able to do anything. So it's kind of good to just set up where you know she's going to end up back in the middle and just wait for that. And last night I decided to try the Blast-Ended Scroop because, you know, if you move around enough it becomes a zero cost, and it's worth it because I'm only using a couple spells anyway, so I can get back to Time Turner and then maybe Crucio. So it was worth it to add it to get a little bit of extra damage from another summon. And I'm going to speed this up because as you can see, the strategy is just what I said. You're getting your Time Turners and just taking her Death Eaters out and moving around a bunch. And it's really not that hard of a fight. She doesn't do that much damage, especially if you take her Death Eaters out. And you can definitely get higher damage with a team. On all the bosses, you can get higher damage with a team because the companions compound what they're doing and help you all out. I didn't get the most damage, 152, but I have gotten like 180, 190 with this as well. I hope it helps you out, and thank you so much for watching.